Dr. Tyler gestured to the door and Christy walked back into Eric's field of vision. Hi honey, guess what, you're gonna be Mummy's precious little baby boy soon. I'm gonna take real good care of you sweetums, I promise. We'll go on the park and get you a little splash pool to play in, it will be nice. I've always wanted a little baby all my own. Christy gushed. Eric was feeling overwhelmed. He knew he had seen that woman before but he couldn't quite place where. But as Christy and the woman in the white coat made silly faces at him, he felt his apprehension start to ebb. Slowly all the tension and anxiety left him and he began to feel quite nice. Eric wasn't sure why he was here and who the big people were, but they seemed very nice and he was the center of attention. There was a very pretty spinning thing on the ceiling and Eric watched it with awe. There were such bright, pretty colors. Eric thought he could almost reach out and touch them, but they always seemed just out of his reach. Then the big person with yellow hair leaned in close and covered her eyes. She was gone. Eric wondered how she did that, like magic. Then just like that there was again. Peekaboo, she yelled. That was great, Eric giggled and clapped his hands, or at least he tried. He couldn't quite get them to coordinate now. That would have bothered him, but suddenly the big lady blew on his tummy and it tickled so much. The other lady had these bright jingly things and she dangled them and shook them and Eric wondered what they were. He thought he should know. He wanted to touch them, surely then he'd know what they were. He wanted her to give them. Baba Bagadu, he babbled at her. Had he said the right thing? He wasn't sure. What had he said? He couldn't think of any words. They were there he was sure, but just out of reach, like the pretty spinny things above him. He reached out his hands and squealed more. It worked. She gave him the bright jingly things. Now what were they? Eric decided to put them in his mouth. They tasted funny, he chewed at them but got no further in figuring out what they were. But then he forgot about why he had wanted them, it felt nice to chew on them so he focused on that.